my beautiful friends. It's so fun to connect with you guys every Tuesday. I have been looking forward to this live for a little while. I know when you guys come into the group, I ask you some questions that help me to know what content to share that is needed for you at the time. And one thing that I get over and over and over is, what can I do to help release weight naturally, to lose a couple pounds, to feel better, to have energy. And the tips and tricks I'll share around weight loss this week will really help release weight and to increase energy. So one thing that has really helped me to know about weight loss is that I have struggled with feelings of being enough around my body, loving my body as it is, or struggling to lose weight. So I have never been a size 2, and I've always wanted to be a size 2, but my body doesn't necessarily want me to be a size 2. And I have put my body in situations like I did missionary work in Madagascar. And I thought for sure when I went to Madagascar that I would weigh the weight I wanted to. And I was walking 10 to 20 miles a day sometimes. I was eating only locally grown fresh produce. And I had parasites, and that, helps you release weight. And, shockingly, I didn't really lose weight when I was there. And I have been in other situations where I just wouldn't lose weight around the typical situations where you think you would lose weight. And so I've really gone into the research of, why do we hold on to weight? What are our bodies doing? And how can we release it? Because for my body, and I know for so many others, it's not just a calorie restriction. It's just not about exercising more or eating all of the right foods, because we can sometimes do that and our body doesn't release weight. Some people that works, and other people it doesn't. And so I kind of wanted to go in on some of my favorite tips and tricks around what works for most people overall, and some recommendations I have. Later this week, I will send out an email. I'll put it in my chats for Instagram that you can download some of my favorite tips and tricks around weight loss. But I'm just going to touch on a couple of them here. And if you have questions, please reach out. I'm happy to share more details. I wish I had all the time in the world. I'll probably do a webinar on this soon. But because this is just a shorter live, I'm just going to go over some of my top things. So many of you know I have my how to release weight for the last time. This is a detox program that goes into inflammation. So if you have any inflammation, your body's going to struggle to release weight. Doing something like a detox where you teach your body how to get rid of toxins and chemicals or anything that's causing inflammation in your body, if you can release those toxins in the right way, it will help so that your body feels freer to release weight, because the fat in our body actually holds on to toxins. That's one of its main purposes, is we get these toxins in our body and our body doesn't know what to do with them. So instead of, circulating them around in your blood over and over, it wants to put it somewhere where it's not causing harm. So it puts it into fat cells, and fat cells can hold on to these toxins in a way that it's not affecting the rest of your body. But if you are not removing the toxins and the sources of toxins coming in, and if you're not helping your body know how to release those toxins safely, you can drop pounds, but you're not going to heal a weight loss problem. Because, if you do something like extreme keto or something, your body will release weight, but it's not reducing the toxic load, and that won't necessarily change your body's set point, and it won't fix the inflammation. And so when you go back to eating regularly, your body will go back into a state of holding on to more and more fat. So we've got to really focus on the reason for why our body's holding on to toxins and the sources of them and how you can release them naturally. So going into something like a detox can really help your body switch the way that you're releasing toxins, so you're not storing them. And if you're not storing them and you can easily release them, then your body will work on releasing that extra weight. So I can go into this more, but this book's only about $10 if you want to go and do that on your own. It can be really helpful for releasing toxins. So that's the number one thing that I have around weight loss. It's not so much calories in, calories out. It's not so much about exercise as to why you're holding on and storing toxins. And for me, I learned that I have a liver condition that I probably got when I went to do missionary work. And that's another thing I can go into one day, but that's one of the reasons that I struggle to release weight in the way that I want to, is the way that my liver, which is primarily responsible for helping to clean out the blood and clean out toxins, can be a little toxic, and that makes my thyroid more sluggish and energy and all of those things. So it really comes down to balancing what is going on in your body. One thing that I love to do, because I am an iridologist, is to look into your eyes and see how all of this is working. It can be a foundational principle of how is everything working together, because if you have any inflammation that you can see in your eyes or going on in your tissues, it really is going to make such a difference for releasing weight. Your body just doesn't want to release weight if you have any inflammation, and diets don't typically heal the problem of releasing inflammation. And so I want to retitle my book, How to Reduce Inflammation and Heal the Body, so you can release weight and cure autoimmune conditions and thyroid conditions and anything like that. Because if you get to that root foundation of reducing inflammation, your body will heal. It will release weight. It will release toxins in the right way. So really learning how to flip that switch in your body will make all of the difference for releasing weight, increasing energy, helping your skin to glow, all of those things. They all work together. This is why I will talk to you guys about products that I use that make such a difference for your health and healing, because it all works together. So like dry brushing is an amazing way to release weight. And, it's such a simple thing to do. You don't have to change your diet. You don't have to go to the gym and run for an hour, because when you're dry brushing, you're not only stimulating the top surface of your skin cells, which is increasing circulation, but you're moving the lymphatic system, the garbage system of your body. So when I talked about inflammation and toxins, when you're helping your body remove those toxins through the lymphatic system, which, is getting rid of garbage, you are helping aid your body to release weight. So the number one thing you can start doing to release weight is to start dry brushing. And if you don't know how to dry brush, go to my website. I have a video that explains how to dry brush your whole body and your face, because that is going to really start make a difference in getting rid of toxins in the right way, in the right order. There is a definite order you need to do to release those toxins through dry brushing. So you can do just normal dry brushing and it will help stimulate circulation, but it's not going to get rid of the toxins. So do it in the right order. Everything, in quadrants, you want to push to the lymphatic glands that you have, and always towards the heart, so you can release through the major lymphatic system. So that's a huge way to start losing weight, is to dry brush. Get rid of toxins. Really think about endocrine disruptors. If you have anything messing with your hormones, you're not going to be releasing weight. And this is all about toxins too, because toxins wreak havoc on how our body functions and communicates. And so if you're storing toxins, you are probably having hormone issues too. I know people talk about adrenal fatigue, and even though there is no medical condition called adrenal fatigue, our kidneys, which is associated with our skin, the largest organ, the first largest organ in our body associated with our kidneys, which is called the third kidney, really help filter out those toxins. And so that's part of why lymphatic drainage works. And when it comes to getting rid of toxins, your body will rebalance the way it communicates if you're toxic. And so balancing hormones is so important. And this is not about hormone replacement therapy, because if you rely on outside sources to balance your hormones, what you're doing is you're teaching your body not to produce those hormones, and it's actually creating a worse problem, because your body stops doing what it needs to do. What I want to do in natural healing is to fix the reason your body isn't producing those hormones, and to get it to start producing hormones better. And I have quite a bit of experience around hormones, just because I dealt with hormone things. I had a thyroid condition. I was diagnosed when I was probably 22-ish. I was told I had PCOS and would never have children. I had an autoimmune condition, Hashimoto's, and then just overall hormone issues with my reproductive organs and pituitary and just all of the things. And I didn't want to go into all the medications and supplements and hormone replacements. And one of the things I love about this book is I created this program to heal my autoimmune condition and to rebalance the hormones issues that I had. And what's so great about this is when I was diagnosed, I had done all of the tests. I did all the blood tests and the saliva tests and stool tests and the urine tests and just about every test you could do and knew my numbers. And then I created this program, over a couple of years and with many clients. And at the end of it, I was able to get retested and see how my numbers change. And I've worked with hundreds of clients who have also seen their numbers change on blood work. And one of the greatest things to see is it will actually help your hormone secreting abilities to repair. And I know I was told when I was first diagnosed with thyroid conditions, this is when I was working in the medical system before I was into natural healing, I was told that my thyroid would always continue to break down and I would need to be on those hormones forever to replace my thyroid hormones. And what was so interesting is somehow, even though I wasn't into natural healing, I wanted to find a way to make sure that I didn't have to wake up early every morning and take that pill at the same time every single day. I just thought that was not very fun, especially if I was vacationing or traveling. Sometimes it would be the middle of the night, and I just wanted to find a better way than using those hormones. And today I'm medication free and my hormones are great and balanced. And just learning the principles of healing and nutrition and getting rid of those toxins make all of the difference, because if you can do that, your body is going to really respond and it's going to repair and heal itself so that you can have the weight loss that you want and have the energy that you need and that your hormones will be stabilized. There are some herbs and supplements you can use to help with this, and I'll talk about this later this week. But if you feel like your weight gain is around any hormones, some things you can do is drink red raspberry leaf tea. It's so great at balancing, especially female hormones, but it works great for men too. So I recommend drinking that 6 times a day, up to 3 times a day. It doesn't taste horrible. You can put honey with it to kind of sweeten it, but it's a really great way to supplement getting your body producing hormones again. And then Dr. Christopher I love Dr. Christopher's herbs because they're so clean, and so I'll recommend them all the time. But he has 2 formulas I love, the female reproductive formula and the hormonal changes formula. Taken together can really help balance out hormones. And he does have some weight loss supplements that I love. And when it comes to wanting to lose weight, if you feel like taking a supplement will really help to decrease hunger, to really balance the nutrients, because lots of times weight loss can be around digestive issues, that you're not absorbing the nutrients your body needs, again with the toxins. And in your gut, you get this mucoid plaque, this layer of all the things you've eaten that your body hasn't been able to absorb, that is lining the intestines, and the villi and the microvilli, these little bumps up and down in your intestines, can get clogged up with all of this mucoid plaque. And if that happens, your body's not able to absorb nutrients, and especially water. And the large intestine is primarily responsible for absorbing water. And so we can be dehydrated and nutrient depleted, even though we're taking all the good supplements and we're eating all the good food. You can actually be eating 100%, vegan and natural and still be nutrient deficient if you're not getting rid of that mucoid plaque in your intestines. So if you can kind of get this big picture of how our body works together to create a system of health and healing, if you can really get down to those major points of releasing toxins, like I teach you how to do in this book, getting rid of those toxins and allow your body to receive the nutrients and to release the toxins in your fat so that they shrink and that you can release that weight, is going to make all the big difference. So I will give some of those tips in that document I'll share later this week. Make sure you comment to get that in the comments or read your email. I'll do a blog around that too. So and then just a couple little tips and tricks I do every single day for healthy eating and weight loss. I have never been the kind of person that wanted to grab a whole bag of Oreos and just eat it. Sugar has not been a huge thing for me, but it is for my husband. And so I want to share some tips and tricks that help my kind of personality who doesn't necessarily go to sugar, and his personality who does. So the biggest things you can do is to fill up every single day on fresh green food. So even if you are right now nutrient deficient, if you're not absorbing the nutrients, keep those greens coming. The greens, and this is just a totally other side note, plants have the power to harness the energy of the sun. And as humans, we don't have that energy ability to harness, just use energy for the sun. We do have the ability with melanin to do some of that. And there's new research coming out about melanin. And I'm 100% a believer that we need sun. I don't put sunscreen on in skincare or any of my makeup or anything like that because we need the energy of the sun, but we don't have the power to harness it. Plants do. And so you want that energy. You want that superpower ability that plants have to get the energy of the sun. So eat a lot of fresh greens if you can every single day. There are so many things out there about should I eat spinach? You know, there's going to be phytic acid and oxalates and all of these things. Here's my number one tip. Just eat it anyway. It's going to be so good for you. Receive it with joy because the energy with which you receive the food makes the biggest difference. So, you know, you don't always have to drink filtered water or eat organic or never have sugar because it's so much about the energy that you're receiving it with more than it is the food. So when you're eating the green food, do it with so much gratitude and joy because you're harnessing this superpower and your body has the ability to use this energy from the sun in healing and communicating with your whole body. And so really put the energy in. Thank your food before you eat it because it really does change the structure of the food that you're eating. Thank the water. Even if you hold it by your heart for like 3 to 4 heartbeats, it will shift the energy of the food just by connecting with your heart so that it becomes a better healing food for you. So get into the habit of doing it with gratitude, even if it is a Diet Coke and it has no real nutritional value for you. Put it by your heart. Say thank you for it because you want to do this with joy. There's so much that I put into my book and research about why we go into cravings and why we want to eat that whole bag of Oreos, because the emotional aspects that go into what we need to receive, what love we want, how we want to feel good, or how we want to completely numb ourselves out or not feel or not receive. That can be so damaging. But the biggest thing, you know, without going into all of that, because like I said, I need hours to talk about all of this stuff, is to just receive it with joy. Really get into the habit of receiving everything with joy, even if it is just a supplement or the water you drink or the food you're eating or just the sun you're bringing in. Do it with joy. Okay, so there's my little soapbox. And then when it comes to balancing cravings, the number one thing you can do to get rid of sugar cravings is to do something like a detox. I would definitely try my 3-day juice cleanse that's in here because a 3-day juice cleanse can, even though you're taking in a lot of sugars, can really rebalance your drive for sugar. If you go on a detox for at least 4 days, your craving for sugar will go away. And it's amazing because it's resetting your body. So if you want to do like the full 6-week detox, it will completely reset your body. It's so powerful. But even if you don't want to do all of that, and I get that many people don't, try 4 days of detoxing because it will reset your need for sugar. And that can be the number one sabotager for healing and inflammation and weight. Is sugar can decrease your immune system for up to a week. And so you really want to stop that inflammatory response and start healing. Another couple of things that I do is I make sure that I have things around me that will fill me up nutrient-wise without making me go to the bag of Oreos. So I love to keep these Ziploc bags of things by my bed if I'm working or by my desk so that I'm not going for sugar. One of the things that I love to buy is raw natural almonds. They are so sweet and so good, especially if you're not eating sugar. They have so many benefits and can be super healing. I can share all the things about almonds all day because I love them. But if you just have the need to crunch something or to eat something sweet, even though it doesn't sound like they're sweet, almonds are really a great option. So I buy those in bulk and love having that. By where I'm working. Another thing that sometimes I do is ginger. I love to get pieces of ginger that have been dried because they're a little bit sweeter, and I just need a little bit and I could just chew it and nibble it. It's a great thing, and ginger helps with secreting digestive juices, which help break down food better. And ginger is kind of like a piggybacking herb. It makes everything a little stronger, so it helps the power of those digestive enzymes that you have, and it helps really kill the cravings. Another thing that I like to have is raw dates that have been dried. They're so sweet. They taste better than candy, and dates have like a million healing benefits. So you can buy them like organic at Costco. You can get them in most every store. I do like to get organic, but that is a super sweet food, and it has healing benefits. And so those are my go-to for cravings. And then I try to only eat raw natural food before noon. I'd like to drink smoothies, or I do juices, things like that before noon. Very rarely do I eat anything that's not raw before noon. That's just kind of my rule of thumb that I have done for about 16 years. And, you know, on special occasions, or if I'm traveling, I'll eat a little bit differently. And it can be however, you know, whatever works for you. Some people like a heavier breakfast in the morning and then a lighter dinner. And you can do juices, you know, and things for dinner. So just find a time where you're like, this is my time to just eat raw food, or incorporate it into your everyday routine. Have salads for lunch and dinner, but don't do like the mini side salad. I want you to really think about big plates of salad with lots of different varieties of fresh vegetables, for the most part, and nuts and seeds that have been sprouted. That's really going to help satiate you. When it comes to beans, that kind of depends on your body type, if you can handle beans, but eating them raw, just sprouting them, letting them soak overnight, and then cooking them on low for longer periods can be really helpful for weight loss, keeping you satiated. And squashes and yams, potatoes, things like that. I know so many people want to avoid potatoes, but potatoes can be a great way to help fill you up with those starches without doing the weight loss thing. The biggest problem with potatoes is the things that we put on them. So deep frying them or putting sour cream and cheese on them. So adding potatoes to your soups and things like that can be so helpful. So anyway, I thank you for sticking around with me for this time that I was talking about weight loss. If you're serious about wanting to release weight, and you have some things that are holding you back, maybe you're afraid of something like a detox, or maybe you've tried, you know, so many things and it hasn't worked, I do recommend reach out to me. I want to help. I know I have been through this journey myself, and body dysmorphia and issues around how you feel and look can be huge. But if you don't feel energized, if you feel sick, if you feel like your body's just not healthy, it can be really helpful to release the weight. And so I know this, you know, a whole journey. I recommend different products and things, but I can't recommend this book enough. If anyone is on here and has done my detox, you know the benefits of it. And I really feel like I was inspired in creating this program and writing it. I put it only on for $10. You can change your life by doing something like this. So get a little brave to try it. If you need someone to cheer you on, I'm here to help you. This has made the biggest difference for me and thousands of people that I have worked with, and I can't recommend it enough. And then just shifting your energy and doing things that help. Make sure everything, you know, even if it is a date, is intentionally there to help you heal and to give you life and energy, because that's the biggest number one shift you can make with losing weight, is to shift your energy. So many of us eat guilt and shame instead of joy and gratitude. And so if you can shift that one thing, if that's all you did, is just change the energy of how you're receiving food, what you're bringing into your body, receive it with joy. I always tell people, like, you can put makeup on your skin if you want, if it makes you feel good, but do it with joy. Make it so that it's healing and helpful, and you can eat that candy bar if that's what you need, but don't do it out of guilt. Don't do it because you know, you're sad or depressed. Do it because I want to give myself a treat and it makes me feel joy and gives me energy. So really start shifting the energy. That will make the biggest difference. And I do teach you how to do some of that in this book, and to check in your morning, evening routines every single day to create a vision of your life and what you actually want and to be working towards that. So I hope this was helpful. Like I said, if you do have questions, please feel free to comment or make a little post around it that I can answer, or anyone else in the group can help answer and give support. There are many people in this group that have done my detox that would probably love to help and share some of their experience with you guys. So I hope this was helpful. I am so grateful for the chance I have to connect and be with you guys. I really know the power of shifting inflammation and how that can heal our bodies. So I'm gone off on a little soapbox, but I hope this was helpful for all of you guys. So anyway, I wish you all a happy Tuesday, and I'll be here the rest of this week answering questions around weight loss and some of my favorite tips and tricks. So if you have some, please feel free to share them too. All right, I love you all. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.